Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching us from. This is the next board, and I'm your host, Precious Uzems. I'm, as usual, super excited to have you joining us today. So, today is a very special edition because today we're going to be having a recap on the things that we've learned and the things that we've shared on the conversation that has enlightened us on our money series. Our very first money series edition was Money and the Psychology of Money. And our first guest shared deeply with us. At a particular meeting, a man of God spoke to us about what money is, and he said that money existed in the mind of the poor. And that meeting was an eye opener for a lot of young people who were in attendance because everyone had a different way of how they saw money. The money was put in a position where we pursued the money, but now a man of God had thought us differently. He said that money only existed in the mind of the poor. And through the series, we've been able to explain more and delve deeper into what that actually meant. So, our first speaker helped us see that money is value. Money is value. Money is beyond the cash in your bank account. It's beyond that which the 100, the 1 million that's in your bank account. Money is the value that you're able to provide, the value that you're able to that you give. That when people think about you, when people think about you, that is something that is synonymous to who you are. So that money is the value that is on you. And talking about money, he enlightened on the fact that it was for the importance of personal development, on the fact that it is important to develop yourself, how important it is to be hungry for information, be hungry for learning, be hungry to be hungry for knowledge, basically. And he highlighted 3 points that were very important in helping you as a young person to achieve God's dream for your life. He talked about skills. Skills is a very important because there's what you're about, there's who you're about. There's so many skills that you as a young person can learn that would help you, that would help you be valuable, like that will help you be that value that people can see, and then people can recommend, and in exchange something that you're doing over time that in exchange can bring in the money because you are offering the value. You're offering that value that the people think about when you think about that particular problem, whatever. You are the one who is solving the problem. And then he talked about obsession, the importance of obsession. Obsession is so key in helping you achieve. You have to be obsessed with every single thing. You have to be obsessed with being better. You have to be obsessed with being the best. And when it comes, obsession has to do with you studying voraciously, reading as much as you can read, taking in as much as you can take. You should not be okay with being mediocre or having just been at a particular pace or you should be hungry for more success, hungry to be better, hungry to want more for yourself, not just at a particular phase or at a particular level. So being hungry and being obsessed for success, being obsessed. You know what obsession does for you? Obsession makes you love what you're doing, even if you're not comfortable when you're not comfortable with that. Obsession makes you want to give more. Makes you want to do more. Makes you want to go out of your way to ensure that you achieve it. And he also talks about excellent in your processes, excellence. The idea of excellence, a lot of young people just want to do anything, like we just want to do them anyhow, not really paying particular attention to the process or the things that are involved over time. Let's just do this and done and that. But being excellent in your process, in everything that you do. Is it fashion designing? I would say that there's a particular fashion designer I know who started a business recently, and I observed her a time when she was trying to make a dress for her client, and then while she was working on the clothes, when it was ready. She wore it to test if it was already okay, and then she saw that the zip was popping out, and I was so surprised that she loosened it. She said it's not, she doesn't want it to pop out like that. It's supposed to be straight. She loosened it. She loosened it, losing the zip once more, and then we started again with the process to ensure that it was. I was just watching her, and I was amazed because some would not even have thought about it, but she was like, no, she's not comfortable with it being just like that. That even if the customer might not have noticed it, but she who is the one sewing it, she noticed it. So people might not have watched her, or her customer might not have even known, but she was very particular about the processes, and that goes down to us with whatever we're doing, paying attention to every detail. Is it, if it's something, if it has to do with service, your service, how we render the service, ensuring that we pay attention. Is it in the packaging? Is it in the packaging? Is it in the delivery? Is it in the customer services? Is it in every aspect? Paying attention to every detail, because everything, every process makes up the whole. When every little process comes together beautifully, they make a wholesome whole. They make it more beautiful. And then the that was about psychology of money. So now moving ahead to money and attitude, which was the next what we talked about, money and your attitude, because attitude is very important to attitude is a very important factor when it comes to the money game, because the way you react, your mindset about money large has a very large outtake in whether it flows to you, or you're able to make money, or you're able to do a lot of things. So now for money, there's a mindset. There's a mindset of the rich. There's a mindset of the wealthy. There's a mindset. So our second speaker enlightened us more on the mindset of the wealthy. The wealthy see money in a certain way, and those who are not wealthy see money in a certain way. They always see in money as, oh, as not enough, is not available. They always see the scarcity of money, that money, but this money is not available. I don't have, or it's not there. But the mindset for money, you need to have a mindset of money that it is always there, it's always available. So the mindset plays a key role in what you are able to achieve with money, or in the things that you're able to gain with money. Your mindset plays a very important role. So what are you thinking? What is your mindset towards money? Your mindset towards money goes a long way in affecting the overall process. So you should always see the fact that money is easy for you to. Money is easy. Money flows to you on a free cost. Money is easy to actually make this money. Money is not scarce. Money just only is attracted to value. And then she highlighted more on your income investment. She talked about savings, the importance of savings. Like when you get money, there was a principle she shared with us, the 40, 30, 20, 10 principle, the 10% for the tithing, 20% for your savings, 30% for your needs, and 40% for your wants. Now, the 10% for your tithing, because as Christians, we understand the importance of tithing. Tithing is something that should not be joked about, and the Bible instructs us on where to pay the tithe. The tithe is to be paid in the church. It is not for charity. No, the tithe is in the house of God. It belongs to God. So the tithing is for the church. The 20% is your savings. From whatever you earn, 20% has to go for savings. It's important that you save. You save. And then she went on to talk about the fact that your savings can turn to capital, and your capital can turn to enterprise over time. So, and then the 30% could be for your needs, the things that you need. Maybe then you pay in that place you get maybe your new clothes, the things that you want for yourself as a person. And then the 40% is for your wants. We talk about wants, it has to do with your bills, your bill payments, your house rent, these things. So this was the 40, 30, 20, 10 principle that she enlightened us on. And also she talked about investing. So more on investing, she spoke to us first about investing in your mind, where materials are recommended. Materials like the power of your mind. It helps you see the possibility of what you can create with who you are, what you can create with your mind, and also some books, some recommendations. Some books should also recommend some books that you could also read that could also help enlighten your mind on what the money is on investment and all that. So on investing, like I said, so the monies you saved over time from your business or whatever you've gotten, the monies you've invested, you turn it to capital. From your capital, it turns to enterprise because your capital you use to start a business by the side, something that you want to do. From your capital, you turn it to enterprise. From your enterprise, the more you do business, what happens? Profits. People are able to buy in what you're doing. People are able to see, oh, so it started from your savings. It could have been maybe 100,000 monthly, or even if as low as 20,000 monthly, and over time it accumulates to you being able to do something to a substantial amount that you're able to invest into a new business that turns to profit, that turns to an enterprise, which is a business, and then it has the ability to produce for you. Uh, she also highlighted that we should not just be about spending of the money or maybe on eating all your needs and all that, but the importance of paying yourself, so there's a money attitude that we must imbibe. There's a money attitude that we must take hold of. So, and then the fact that also in investing you need knowledge. You have to understand what you're investing in. You don't just because someone said, please, can you this works. No, take your time as a young person. Study what you want to invest in. If there are stocks, there are shares. You could go to the bank. There are treasury bills. You could invest. There are treasury bills that even you might say the interest is not so much. The interest is not high, but it is a good start. You could invest in treasury bills. You could go to any bank. I want to buy treasury bills. There are also fixed deposits where certain amounts of money you can just put it by and say, okay. And over a long time, the fixed deposit is different from the savings. The savings is you know what savings is. Then fixed deposit, you don't have access to touching the money for about a period of time, probably a year, 2 years. Then talk about their bonds that you can buy, their stocks, equity. If you see the rich, they are always buying stocks. They are always watching out for companies that they can buy into their stocks. They can buy their shares. So you could look out for companies. Even if you want to invest in companies in Nigeria, you could look at companies that are outside Nigeria that you can invest in, and there are platforms that actually help you to, that can actually help you to invest your money. So invest. You can buy stocks. You can buy shares. These are ways of investing. Real estate is also ways where you can invest. You can invest funds, and then the wealth production and business growth. You see, a wealthy man thinks production. You must always think production. You must think production. What am I producing? A wealthy man will always think production and not consumption. Consumption is good, but production. The wealthiest man in Africa, the wealthiest man in Nigeria, I remember reading an article that says that he said he wants to take 1 naira from every Nigerian. So just imagine taking 1 naira from every Nigerian, and the Nigerian population has about over 200 million. The Nigerian population has over 200 million. So just imagine taking at least a naira from 200 million people every single day. So over time, it accumulates, and then that is why. So you must always think production instead of consumption. You must always think production. And then one of the last principles she shared was on giving. The importance of giving cannot be, overemphasized. Giving is so important. You must always give. You must give. Giving is important. Giving to God, giving to men, giving to people. You must give. Giving is a principle. One of the scriptures that says, "Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over all men." Say, "Give, it shall be given unto you." So when you give, it will also be given back to you because that is a principle. Giving is a principle. So you should learn to give. Do not have the mentality of, I don't have, like I said earlier. When you always have the mentality of not having, things will always be in a certain way. But because many people, when they always have that mentality of not having, they would always not have to give. But give in whatever capacity you are, give in whatever level that you are in. Give in whatever level that you are in. And for those of us who partner with the ministry, with the man of God, those of us who are involved in partnership, we could also, one of the questions that were asked was the fact about partnership, from where we could take it from. And then it was highlighted that, okay, you could take your partnership from your wants and needs because those are your sacrifices. You could just sacrifice your particular wants or your need, and then you could also give it from there. So ensure that you follow the principle of money. And then the final episode we had on the money series was money and the art of selling yourself. Guest also still highlighting on the fact on what money is still on value, and his point was on money and the art of selling yourself, which actually had to do in quote with positioning. He said the first thing was what owning your craft, because now you understand that money is value, and that value is who you are, your value, being able to understand that, okay, what can I offer as a person? Because there's nobody on earth who doesn't have something to offer. You have something to offer. There's nobody who exists in this time who doesn't have something to offer. You have something to offer. There is something that someone can look up to you for or when they need. So now, having established that fact, owning your craft. What is your craft? What is owning your craft? Whatever that thing that you find your hands, you found yourself doing, do it well. Do it, own your craft. Be the best in it. Be the best. If there were 10 people in Nigeria, for example, who were doing that, who are known for those things, will your name be mentioned? So own your craft. Be the best in what you do. Be the best in that which you find yourself doing. Even if you're working for someone, you don't own a business. Even if when you're working for someone, always see the business as your own, so that you can you can bring out the best in your outputs. You can bring out your best in your produce, because you see that's your own. Because when you see that's your own, you take necessary step, not even waiting for whatever someone else says, or waiting for I'm waiting for them for their approval and all that. But you're going to go out of your way to be able to produce the things that you need to produce. So own your craft, be the best in that you do. Do it well, do it diligently, do it very well. And it's also setting a personal appraisal. You must always watch out for yourself. Set your personal appraisal. That's where discipline comes in. Like, okay, this. What am I up to here? Am I okay? Have I been able to achieve this? This is where I am today. What do I intend to achieve tomorrow? Okay, what are my steps? What is going to help me get to where I want to get to tomorrow? Where am I at? And then you are going to backdate it to where you were at. You look at the future and then backdate it to where you are at the particular moment, and then try to see how you can achieve. You can achieve what you intend to achieve. So always set your personal appraisal. And then the next thing was visibility. People have to see you. People have to see that is what you do. People need to see you. Some persons say, I'm very shy. I don't want anyone to see me and all that. I don't want anyone to see me. I want to just be hidden who I am. I don't know. Do you think anyone's going to like me? Do you think they're going to like what I'm? Now is not the time to be hiding. Now is the time to be visible. Let us see you. You are uniquely and beautifully made. There's no one that is like you, and that is why each and every one of us have unique imprints, fingerprints. Even twins have unique fingerprints. Not everybody. We're not all the same. We're not the same. We're uniquely created, and so there's something that you have that the world needs. And don't forget that we're over 7 billion people existing in this earth at this time. Over 7 billion people. So someone needs what you have. Someone needs what you can offer. Don't feel that maybe that particular sphere of you is already saturated. How will I penetrate and then win or get clients or get customers and all that? Someone needs you. There are over 7 billion people. The world is enough. There's enough space for you to thrive. There's enough space. So be visible. Let us see what you're doing. Let us identify you with that which you're doing. And so don't be shy. So be proud of what you're doing. And then also in being visible, you add communication, your ability to communicate, and leadership, your ability to communicate to people who are listening to you, or the people that you want to buy into what you're doing. And then leadership, the ability to lead yourself first, and then also to lead those around you. Another point is positioning. So don't just in positioning, don't just tell, show. Don't just tell, show, show. You don't have to wait for anyone. Just show up. Keep showing up. That's the way to position yourself. Keep showing up. Uh, One of the examples that the speaker guest used was, working in an organization, and then your CEO is maybe doing so much. How do you help the CEO? Maybe you understand that she needs certain things. You might not able to just arrange it and show up. Like, oh, ma, I've done this. I've been able to, or sir, I've been able to do this. I've been able to, and just show up. So that positioning gives you the opportunity to sell yourself. And when you are able to position yourself, you sell yourself. The monies will come, the value will come because you are able to offer something that the world needs. And in providing this value, you must do it excellently. Excellence is so important in this talks about money. Excellence, your delivery. People gravitate towards excellence. Excellence in everything that you do. Thank you so much. And for our next series, we're going to be talking about branding. And I know you're going to enjoy that series. So do not forget to send us your questions, make your comments, whatever questions you have concerning money or whatever topic that you want us to handle. Feel free to send us your questions and we will gladly answer. So do not forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and also share to other young people around you so that they could learn something from what we're doing right now. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate you and I love you. Bye.